I actually started singing at a really young age. I started in church with my mom and my sisters when I was about 5 years old, singing gospel songs, and then at family get-togethers, my uncles would get together and my mom. They all played instruments and they would sing and do a lot of country music, and that's how I became a big fan of country music, and that's how I ended up ultimately becoming a country artist. I would have to say my biggest influence probably happened when I was little, when my Uncle Ted was singing at family get-togethers and picnics, and he was singing Merle Haggard songs. So I shortly then became a Merle Haggard fan, and then it moved on to Ronnie Millsap and Alabama and Garth Brooks. So if you ever come to one of my shows, you're going to see the influences come out in my show. Yes, I have been lucky enough to open up for some big-named artists. Merle Haggard was probably one of the highlights of my singing career, was doing a show with him, and I've opened up for countless other artists: Marty Stewart, John Anderson, David Ball, Trace Adkins, Tracy Byrd, Tracy Lawrence. And so you kind of see a lot of those artists that influenced me come out during my show. I think one of the biggest things for me opening up for artists was kind of watching how different artists do certain things on stage. George Strait can stand there and play guitar all night long, and that's all he's got to do. Garth Brooks, on the other hand, puts on the show. So if you are someone who's ever been to one of my shows, you're going to see that. There's going to be times when I just stand there and perform, and then there's going to be times when I'm down in the crowd and standing on top of the bar and having a great time. Yes, I have been on TV, as a matter of fact. I did a TV show that used to be on TNN. It was hosted by Lisa Foster and Bobby Randall. It was a show called Be a Star, and it was in the early 90s, and it was a lot like Nashville Star later. It's a lot like American Idol, and I was on that show, and I was fortunate enough to win the first 3 rounds and go all the way to the finals. And however, I came in second, but that's okay. It was a pretty cool experience. At my show, you can expect to have fun. That's really what I try to achieve. I want you to have fun as an audience, and I kind of involve the audience. I want you to have fun. I want to interact with you. Finding one person in the crowd to pick on a little bit, I like to involve them in my show. I like them to be part of the show, and I like them to go away with an experience of not just going and listen to somebody sing, but an experience where they really can talk about it and say they had a great time.
Just a little